Let's move on to the second quality of an effective coach. An effective coach inspires trust. Speak honestly and openly. Follow through. If you make plans to meet at a certain date and time, do your best to keep those plans. Inconsistency or changing plans may be interpreted as a lack of caring. Keep your commitments and let your actions line up with your word. An effective coach gives advice without dictating actions. Before giving advice, ask permission first. They may not want your advice, or they may not be ready to hear any advice yet. When someone receives advice when it hasn't been asked for, a common response is to feel judged, criticized, or defensive. Love and relationship coach Nicole Moore suggests that we develop the patience to witness someone else's pain or upset without immediately launching into advice. Additionally, it's important to be mindful of your tone. Is it abrasive, defensive, harsh, complacent, or is it supportive, inquisitive, and understanding? Finally, do not psychoanalyze. This is not your role. It may be helpful to keep these keywords in mind when considering your role. Listen and support. An effective coach encourages independence yet offers support. Seek to support, not control what the adolescent does. Encourage them to identify and reach out to their support networks. Positive friends and trusted adults should be identified so that it's clear that you are not the only person that can support the youth. Encourage community activities where relationships and support networks can be cultivated. Search for meaning behind what the juvenile is saying, rather than judging their behavior on the surface. Actions and reactions are the product of what's happening internally. Empower them to make sound decisions. Help to identify areas where they are in control. Give them choices between activities, worksheets, and in any other areas when possible to allow them a sense of power over something in their lives. Encourage living a healthy lifestyle. This will be covered in a variety of ways within the curriculum. Positive health choices are vital for both physical, mental, and emotional well-being. An effective coach offers constructive criticism when given permission. Use I statements. Saying to someone, I think, I need, I want, or I would like is more likely to result in a positive outcome than starting with something like you should or you are. You could also use the sandwich method. Start with a positive note, offer constructive criticism, then finish with a positive note. Provide actionable feedback. Starr Sackstein, New York author and educator, states, actionable feedback is where the solutions begin. There are lots of different ways of providing actionable feedback, and depending on the age of the teen and the content you're addressing, just make sure you're focusing on the how. Provide suggestions and ideas that will help the teen progress. If you can't provide suggestions or a game plan, hold off on the constructive criticism until you can. An effective coach is willing to open up. Show them they're worth your time. The teen should never feel that they are an obligation or a nuisance. Reach out to communicate their value. Create an atmosphere that helps the youth see that you care about them as an individual. Share with a certain level of vulnerability. Though there are boundaries that need to be clear, genuine emotions and addressing ways in which you might relate to them may help them feel less alone, build trust, and create connection.